guys, so I'm so excited to be sitting here with Kristen Arnett here at Citrine. It's our first time meeting and we're filming this for both of our channels. So if you guys don't know who I am, I'm Melissa and I own Citrine Natural Beauty Bar, which is the beautiful space that we're in. And I'm very excited because this video we're going to be talking all about our favorite natural skincare and makeup products for more mature skin. So thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure to be here because I've seen your shop online and in person it's even more impressive, and you carry all the brands that I love. So it's kind of one of those things to just, feel like a kid in a candy shop and get to browse in a beautiful space in Phoenix.
Thank you. I always find it so fun to finally meet people that you've been following online for years and stuff. So yeah, we're super happy to be able to film this video with you guys and share these products with you. So,
all right, well, I guess I'll start with makeup. My background is really in fashion, so I spent 10 years in the fashion industry working on models, and models in fashion are typically around like 16 to 23. You retire at 23.
Wow.
So they're young. But in the background of all of that, I've always taught women who are over 40 how to do their makeup better. And my philosophy has been really anchored in green beauty since about 2008. Mm-hmm. So not just do makeup that's better looking on you, but better for you. And all these brands that you have in your shop are some of the ones that I use on my clients over and over. So I wanted to kind of show the few things I picked from your shelves.
So if people are watching that maybe don't know you, so what in 2008 made you get into green?
Well, it was interesting. Part of my story, and May is probably sick of hearing me talk about it, is May Lindstrom. She was a model. I was a makeup artist. We met. And then she started telling me about ingredients and products, and what are you saying to me that these could be toxic? I don't know. Mm-hmm. But what I started noticing after she and I chatted was that there were traditional makeup brands that a lot of models started to get reactions to.
Totally.
And you're talking about young women from all over the world who are getting makeup put on and taken off, sometimes 4 times, 8 times a day during Fashion Month.
Absolutely.
Because Fashion Month is, right, New York, London, Milan, Paris, and I used to do all the shows. Well, not all. It's impossible, but I traveled. And what I started to notice was that they would have these reactions to traditional makeup. So I started cleaning out my kit. First line I used was Jane Iredale, and models started texting me and saying, "What did you put on my skin? I've never had skin just not be irritated after a shoot and look this great."
Yeah.
So that's really what did the changeover for me.
Yeah. And I just want to say too, so my store's been open 7 years, and I know you've been doing this a little bit longer, but just how far things have come is and I really feel like you don't need to use conventional anymore. There's no need for it.
No.
Even on shoots, whatever, I feel like stuff lasts just as long. It has just as much color payoff, everything.
Yes.
That you don't need to compromise.
That was the thing before, was that there was no color payoff back in the day. And now, look at the lipstick I'm wearing, look at the lipstick you're wearing. It's, you're beautiful and you've got this great makeup on, and I wouldn't look at you and think, oh, natural beauty doesn't work.
Oh, totally.
In fact, it works, in my opinion, sometimes even better. So that's a real myth that's flip-flopped.
It is, for sure, for sure. I think, and I know we're getting into a little bit whatever, but we're truly having a conversation here. But I oftentimes feel like, especially I like to be glam. I like to have a full face on. That's my look, my thing. And oftentimes I'll feel like sometimes even being with different girlfriends or whatever in pictures, and if they like to be full glam too, it's funny that I feel like, no offense friends out there, but I feel like my makeup actually photographs better. I don't look like I'm wearing as much. So it's really interesting.
I'm gonna make you show me pictures later.
Yeah, I actually will.
But that's what I found on my, I've had actors, musician clients, and they all do various red carpets and events and things like that, and I'll look at the photos afterwards that just the regular press took. It's not my Instagram with a bunch of filters and I did Facetune and all that, right?
Sure.
It's the real deal, and they look fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's what I really want to offer too, is that this isn't, to me, it's not a trend that's just, it's not going away, and it's getting better.
Absolutely.
And so why not use products that are better for you? And that's why I've got some of my favorite makeup picks. Honestly, I could just clear the shelf and be
It's
like,
hard.
all of it.
It's hard. So she's going to talk about makeup, and I'm going to talk about skincare.
Yes.
So I'll let you get started.
Oh, okay, great. I'm just gonna start with eyes because I think a lot of people really are concerned about their eyes as being the thing that they want standing out the most. And when women are over 40, which is where I consider mature skin beginning, but you know, I'm over 40 and I've definitely noticed a change in my skin texture for sure. And I don't consider myself mature, so you know.
look great.
Thank you. So the Kjaer Weis Grace, this is just a beautiful taupe neutral shadow. One of the things that I notice in women who are over 40 is what will happen is they start getting redness on the eyelid, or you start seeing more veins on the eyelid that are purplish. And so any shadow that's going to add to that blue, purple, or red may actually make you look a little more tired, may make your eyes look a little bit more even infected. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
it just kind of brings the whole area down, especially if you're struggling with dark under eye circles. Avoiding colors that promote that purple is really important, or the blue.
Yes.
So a neutral tone like this, I'm gonna just like bring it real close. I don't know how close you can see that, but this is Grace. This is an amazing one to just start with and do the crease.
Yes.
It's a basic everybody needs.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks brown, I think taupe.
Yeah, and you know what I really love about, like, and Kirsten will talk about this too, is I love that you can use these in the brows too for people, where it doesn't.
Is a great brow color.
Yeah, that's a great brow color, and it doesn't get too heavy, because I feel like more mature too, you also don't want a big heavy, like overly done brow. It's all about like looking like that natural feather brow, which that'll give
Especially
you.
if you've got graying silver hair, this is probably a fantastic color to use also. I say probably because, you know, there's a lot of different factors that go into that skin tone, etc. I actually do online courses now that I sell, and one of them is How to Fill in Your Thin Eyebrows Naturally Workshop. It's like the longest title ever.
And I bet you a ton of people are into that. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of ladies like just tweeze the heck out of their brows in the 90s.
And now, yeah.
So, anyways, let's move on.
Yes.
The next thing is the RMS Beauty Solar Eye Polish. Now, here's a product that confuses a lot of
I
people.
love our tester. We're getting real here.
Well, you know, it's real life. Does anybody, once after they open the product,
Right.
have like a perfect?
No.
No, we have what we have. This one I really feel like works on every single skin tone I have ever tried it on, from like the lightest to the darkest.
Yeah.
It shows up, it has, can I do
Oh
this?
yeah,
Can I-
yeah.
I'm sticking my finger directly in the tester. I don't know if you can see this sheen, but it's really buildable. And what's so great on the eyes is that level of gold. It doesn't have any of that red that I was talking about, where
Totally.
it might exacerbate the look of the reddish eyelid.
Absolutely, yeah.
It actually will help neutralize that. And because it's creamy, you don't want to use a ton of it, but definitely get it on the eye above the crease. It's elegant. It looks finished. It's not fussy. You don't have to use a brush, just your fingers. And is it going to crease? Yeah, it's going to crease a little bit, and that's completely fine. You know, I just throughout the day, I'll take my finger and just like push it around and back. But I have to say it's one of the most beautiful colors, and so I don't think that you need to focus on, is it going to crease or not? You know, that's not really the goal with this one.
Yeah, no, I love this, and I don't know if you've ever tried the RMS Unpowder on top.
Yes. So yeah, you can totally use this in layer powder if you're concerned about creasing and all of that. I love to be able to finger paint, put some mascara on it, and walk out the door.
And it's really easy to just go back in and blend everything out,
Yes.
I feel like.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay, so the other thing that I love to talk about with mature ladies are lips. And we get a lot of questions, me. I'm like the royal we all of a sudden. I get a lot of questions about lip liner and lipstick. And so this lip liner is from Jane Iredale. This is a staple in my kit, particularly this color peach, because what I find is that it adds just the right amount of apricot if you're looking to do more of that peachy, nudie lip, as opposed to going straight to, like, they have another color called Spiced.
Right.
Which might pull too much color out of your lip, actually. So you want to strategically add back with a little bit of peach. and that will help beige it out and neutralize it, and then you can go back over with any color you want. When you're doing your lip liner, just don't Crayola on these little pointy lines. Like, look at your lips are, Melissa's lips are perfect.
Oh, thank you.
They're like these creamy, just round, luscious, pillowy lips. It's wonderful. But of course, as we get older, sometimes they can kind of, and then you get the lip lines. So just make sure that you're doing a really soft line and filling in the mouth as opposed to
harsh lines.
Yeah, drawing it on. I love this lip liner. And then this lipstick from Ilia. This particular one is Oh Baby.
Oh Baby.
And you know, I'll swatch on both of these actually.
Yeah, those are really pretty.
And so what I like about these, and you'll see that the peach definitely has a much more rusty sort of peach color. I'm not sure how well you can see that here, but the Oh Baby has a little bit of that pink. It's a little more on the rose side, and they'll balance each other out really well. This is a super easy day look. You know, you just fill it in, put some of the nourishing lipstick on top because you want something with a little moisture. If you wear gloss, depending on the gloss, it could slip into the fine lines.
Totally.
So this is a nice way to add moisture to the lip and keep your lipstick more in place.
Yeah.
Okay, last favorite items. These are cruelty-free synthetic brushes from Antonym, and I love Antonym. They're such good people.
They are.
I love all these brands, just saying. Not just that they're my favorite products, but they're really great ethical brands. This brush, I think it is number 13.
It's a little worn.
It's a little.
That brush is a little worn. We obviously use it.
You use it. It's been around the block. You know, it's a mature brush.
It's a mature brush, but that also speaks to the quality that it still looks good, right?
Yeah, it still looks good. So this brush in particular, I know it's meant for sort of blurring out smudging, liner, or dark shadow near the lashes, which you can absolutely do with this brush. You can do it under the lashes as well. But with women who are having issues with crepey eyelids, with drooping eyelids, because that happens as you get older, you can actually use the size of this brush better than a larger, fluffier crease brush.
Yeah.
Because you can get really specific about where it's supposed to go. And again, I have an online course about that. It's a course on how to do your makeup for hooded eyes. And when you really want to make a crease effect in your eye area, which I have naturally hooded eyes, I was just born with them, so I've got many years under my belt of doing this. You want to look straight on at yourself in the mirror like I'm looking at you in the camera, and then just draw right on top of that crease with a little brush like this.
Yeah, so you can really control your placement.
Exactly, and you'd start with the taupe so it doesn't get scary right away.
Right.
And you just knock that in, and it'll pull that whole eye area back. It's one of my favorite tricks. And then this guy, this brush right here, this is their contour blush brush.
And we sell so much of this. It's just like it's almost like you're one and done.
It's
like
a one stop.
You can do foundation, blush, contour, like anything
You
with
could
it.
do foundation because it's synthetic. So that's great. You can also use this with cream blush. So don't just think you got to use it with powder. But what's lovely is that it fits right into the contour of the cheek. And with mature skin, aging faces, you've got to be really careful that you don't go too crazy on the contour. You will hollow yourself out and make it look very skeletal. So what's nice is I just use this brush and I pull up on the cheekbone at the end. And then do a little bit in the hairline, maybe a little bit here, because sometimes you need a little extra shadow right there. So it's great. And then I'll dip it into the blush and pop it right on the cheek. It is really a fantastic one and done brush.
Yeah, very multi-purpose.
All right, so try to give a few tips in there without going over, but man, I could talk about this.
I know. We get together and just
lay in the makeup.
Everything. Yeah.
Talk about this.
I know. We get together and just
lay in the makeup.
Everything. Yeah. So now I want to share with you guys some of my favorite skincare products for more mature skin. So I'm 38, so I'm kind of getting close to that 40 range, and I just really find myself to just, as I'm getting older, like really talking about hydration, because that's like the foundation for everything in terms of good skin, just making sure.
The foundation before the foundation.
It's the foundation before the foundation, for sure. And that goes with not just skincare products, but water intake, supplements, the whole nine. But anyway. So
Yes.
I know I can just keep going, But some of the other important things too that I really find if you have more mature skin is making sure that you're exfoliating regularly.
Absolutely.
Really going in and doing some cellular turnover. And so we talked about May a little bit earlier, but this is probably one of my favorite exfoliants, and that is the Clean Dirt. And this was one of the original products that she came out
Yes.
with. I'm talking to you, but you already know.
No, you're talking to them.
You already know all this.
Well, you already knew everything I was saying about that.
And what's really cool is that the Clean Dirt, it's a water activated product, and it actually contains vitamin C. So a lot of people, they go out, they'll look for a vitamin C serum, and what they don't know is that if it's already, if it's not in a powder form, which I'm going to get into more because I'm going to talk about some Agent Nateur next too. But if it's not in a powder form and it's already been activated, you're not getting the full potency. So by
It's not
this,
very stable.
It's not very stable. And so with this, you're getting, you know, your water activated vitamin C, you're getting tons of clays and salts. So this goes in and it works nice to exfoliate and do a nice cellular turnover to the skin, which then helps to just kind of keep everything penetrating better, just kind of refining the skin texture, because of course, as we tend to age, you know, just skin texture, elasticity, firmness, all of that comes into place. So really making sure that you're exfoliating at least once or twice a week, I think is super important.
Twice a week. I'm
Twice
just gonna say.
Yes.
I'm gonna go there and say twice a week.
Yeah, I mean, I say like once a week if you're super sensitive.
True. There's always exceptions.
Yeah, there's always exceptions. I mean, I'm very fair, so you know, and I have more of a sensitive skin type. But honestly, I can use the Clean Dirt almost every other day. So you just kind of need to pay attention to your skin and just see where you're at with things. But now going into our next products, talking about vitamin C again. Have you used these?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm like,
You're like, what are those?
But I know what Holi water is, and so I was trying to think of if I'd used it from them before.
So this
But
is,
no, I haven't
yeah,
used
so
it.
Agent Nateur came out with these, and I really love her products. Very similar to May. Just an amazing founder, very passionate about ingredients, what they're creating, and I can always get on board with that. I just love founders that really don't compromise.
Me too.
Don't compromise. Like, don't care about, you know, it's not about the money, it's about not compromising and putting out really amazing products that are very efficacious.
Yeah.
So the Holi water and the Holi C, these two products you use in combination together, and you can use this whatever skin products you're using just to give your skin a blast of vitamin C. This is going to help with texture, elasticity. This will also even help too if you have breakouts, which I know as you're getting mature you don't have as much, but
They happen.
And sometimes with hormones, or even a drop in hormones and then a flex up in hormones, you can kind of get some of that going on. This helps with also redness in the skin, so it does a blanket of
Redness
things.
is so important. I'm gonna steal this
Yeah.
because I just want to spray and then sniff.
It's a spray. I was gonna be like, ah!
So I may have just like sprayed the whole wall with. Your wall is never gonna look as beautiful.
It's
as
gonna
it
be
does right
so
now.
beautiful.
Okay, never mind.
So this actually goes, I know, I have to tell
See,
you.
but that is a bonus tip that you just got from my mistake. Is when you get this product, you won't do that now. You will remember.
So you want to do it in your hand, and then you want to put actually the Holi C on there, and so do a little bit of this, then water activate it with this. So this has hyaluronic, it has pearl, and it has
It's
rose.
so slippery and it smells so yummy and rose-like.
Yeah, and the second you put it on, you really feel the firmness to the skin too, which is
Yes.
something that I really love. And hyaluronic
Do
acid.
they make it in a vat?
I know, right? I'd like to bathe in it. If they did, I would, because it smells amazing. She's very particular about the type of rose that she uses too. So she uses really pure Bulgarian rose in all her formulas. But these are amazing together.
You were gonna say something about hyaluronic acid.
Yes. So hyaluronic acid, which actually is going to be in the next product that I'm talking about too, is super important, especially as you get more mature, because what it does is it helps bind the moisture into the skin. So hyaluronic acid is something that we already naturally have in our body, and as we age, then it kind of starts to diminish, right? So it's important that we put it back on a topical level. You can also ingest it in supplements and such. but that has hyaluronic acid in it, and so does this Patyka product that I'm going to talk about, which is their Youth Remodeling Cream. This has 1.6% hyaluronic acid in there, which is
that's great.
It's really great. And this goes in and it hydrates the skin. It works with texture on the skin, and it also will help with elasticity and firmness. So this one is really great. They have two types of, what I like most about this too is that they have two types of formulas. They have a thin texture and they have a universal texture. So if you're somebody that lives in like a really humid climate and this would feel like a lot to you, like almost too heavy.
Yeah, like somebody in Florida or somewhere in the South where it gets just suffocatingly
Or if you're somebody that just has like an oily skin type, but you still want to be able to hydrate your skin and feed it all these amazing things.
And there's so many women who are mature, over 40, and their skin is still oily, and then if they're dealing with menopausal symptoms and they're having hot flashes, yeah, you definitely don't want to feel like you're under a thick layer of
too
stuff.
heavy. Or, you know, what's great is then they do have that universal texture for if you are in drier climates like Arizona. So it's nice to have those two options.
Wonderful.
And then the last product I want to talk about is about the eyes, which I feel like especially for mature skin, that's probably one of the first things people tend to concentrate on.
Yes.
Have you used the Boosted Eye from
yes.
Tata?
Oh yes.
This is my favorite. So I actually like to use this around my eye area at night. I'll even use it on my lips.
That is one of the things I do. I use eye cream, right, on those little guys that are here.
Yep. So this one is super great for that. And what I love about this, I don't use this as much during the day, and it actually wouldn't be a product that I would recommend for somebody that has more mature skin, especially, but kind of anybody to use during the day, just because I feel like it is a thicker texture, and so like if you're applying concealer or makeup around the eye area, it just will tend to feel really heavy and not sit properly. But at night, slather yourself in this. Yes. It is awesome. So it's like a balm like texture, it kind of melts right in, but this goes in and it helps to diminish under eye circles. It helps to lift the eye area and make you feel very awake. So at night, it's really nice to put this on, and then in the morning when you wake up, your eye area is very refreshed and looking really good. Yeah.
Which I think everybody is excited about. I mean, whether you're 20 or you're 60 or anywhere in between or before and after, it feels so nice to know that you can support your skin and your beauty in healthy ways, that without makeup, you feel like you wake up and you're like, oh, you know, like that's the healthy, vibrant, radiant me.
Yes.
And that is, you know, my goal in terms of doing makeup and skin in the natural realm. And, you know, if I can mention my Facebook group.
Yeah.
Because I have the Facebook group that's Healthy Beauty Over 40 now. And really just talking about how it's not only, you know, attacking the skin, you know, and trying to cover and fix. It's really about supporting the entire well-being. As you mentioned before, you can take things internally, but really it's supporting the skin, which is why I think we align very well in our philosophies. The products you carry here are from people that are interested in the integrity of ingredients.
Correct.
And the integrity of ingredients matter to that overall healthy beauty philosophy that I really think is the leading edge of this conversation.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, it is one of the reasons too where I tend to keep my store a little bit more curated, and I don't carry 100 different brands because I'm particular. I want to make sure that everything that I'm selling, everything that I carry, I can really, really get behind. And because I kind of find that if you just carry a bunch of things, how can you be an expert in 100 different brands? You just can't, you know? So I feel like, you know, having a little bit of something from everything, and that doesn't mean, I want to just go back and say that doesn't mean that if I don't carry a brand here that I don't think that it's not good. But there may be a reason. Maybe I have another brand that carries something very similar or whatnot. But, you know, I want to be an expert. I want everybody that works here to be an expert in the product lines that we carry. I want to have relationships with founders. I want to be able to have a conversation about beauty with everybody, and it to not feel salesy. You know what I mean? Yes. And so I find that when I carry products that I really love, it's so easy to talk about. Like, we could go on and have like a 15-hour conversation, you know, because it's just, it's so easy to just just talk about things.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, especially with more mature women too, just, you know, opening up, like Kristen said, she has a Facebook group, you know, and having a conversation about beauty and just making it fun too. A lot of times attitude is one of the most important things as well too.
I think it may be the most important thing, because the truth is, right, there's only one alternative to getting older, and it's death.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have to, at some point, really embrace the fact that we are on a natural cycle that everybody goes through who is going to make it to a certain age. My grandma did not, you know, she didn't look like she had smooth skin. It would have been really weird. She has like a wrinkly old 97-year-old woman when she passed. And the question is how quickly are you going to advance in that aging process? And for me, it's not just about from here up. It's how quickly are you advancing in the aging process in all aspects of your health and well-being, because that's how you get to enjoy your life, is by taking really excellent care of yourself, and that energy that exudes from you, that's beauty.
Absolutely. You couldn't have said it better. But yeah, this has been
I want to hug her like really bad as we like end the thing. Hug.
Thank you guys so much.
Come see Melissa.
Yeah,
She's
thank
lovely.
you. Thank you. And check out her Facebook group.
Yes, and my website.
Yes.
I've got KristenArnett.com/freebies, lots of little free guides, you know, just from my years of expertise and doing makeup on thousands of faces.
Yes. She's the expert, you guys.